In a realm where darkness reigns supreme and the macabre is celebrated, the bass guitar's presence or absence holds a mystique all its own. Today, we're going to unravel the mysteries of black metal bass.
Black metal is an extreme subgenre of heavy metal music. Born in Norway in the mid-80s, its common traits include very fast tempos, a shrieking vocal style, heavily distorted guitars, and lo-fi recordings. Right from Wikipedia, guitar solos are rare in black metal. The bass guitar is seldom used to play standalone melodies. It is common for the bass to be muted against the guitar or for it to homophonically follow it. So what's its contribution to the genre?
Let's find out.
The origins of black metal are conventionally identified with the Norwegian band Mayhem, which is arguably the first group to truly herald the genre. Mayhem was founded in 1984 by guitarist Euronymous and bass guitarist Necrobutcher. Their first release, Death Crush, embodies every aspect of black metal. Lo-fi recording, screaming vocals, violent imagery, with the bass guitar barely audible, contributing little to the music. However, Necrobutcher is credited for being the main lyricist of this early stage of the band, providing satanic lyrical themes to go with the rest. Due to personal concerns following the shocking suicide of their then singer Dead, as well as internal conflicts and disagreements with bandmate Euronymous, Necrobutcher left Mayhem in 1991. With the band due to record their debut album, he was replaced as a session bassist by another figure emerging in the scene, Varg Vikernes, who was already gaining notoriety with his band Burzum. Vikernes played all the instruments on the Burzum records, including bass. He also came up with some pretty creative promotional ideas, such as burning down churches and giving away interviews, claiming to be a devil worshipper and murderer. Vikernes recorded all the bass tracks for Mayhem's debut album, The Mysteries Dom Satanas. The bass is once again barely noticeable, merely backing up the guitar riffs, even though in Life Eternal he came up with a cool walking bass line. Vikernes, however, would make another massive contribution to the rise of black metal, brutally murdering Euronymous in the summer of 1993. Despite the tragic event, Mayhem released a record with Vikernes' bass tracks intact, reflecting the grim reality of the scene at the time. Necrobutcher and the other band members decided to carry on and release the record anyway. Euronymous' parents asked the band to remove the bass tracks recorded by Vikernes. Mayhem refused, finding appropriate that the murderer and victim were on the same record. And you thought Pink Floyd had a feud. Necrobutcher, who would later comment the episode saying that he was on his way to kill Euronymous but Varg beat him to it, would carry on as the bass player of Mayhem to this day. Hanging around at the time was also multi-instrumentalist Thomas Haugen, aka Samoth, which played on a number of influential records such as The Shadow Throne by Satyricon. Once again, the contribution of the bass guitar to the album is minimal. Samoth played bass also on the Burzum EP Aske. During a pause in the recordings, the two went out for a smoke. They ended up burning down Skjold Church in Vindafjord, for which Samoth would be lately arrested and sentenced to 16 months in prison. Samoth was also the drummer and founding member of another leading act of the black metal scene, Emperor. The band also featured bass player Terje Vikshai, aka Chort, who performed on their debut album, In the Nightshade Eclipse. Not much bass on the record again. In the mid-90s, Chort was arrested for assault and was in prison for 2 years. Chort would later join Carpathian Forest and record on most of their albums. On the song Clock of Midnight, you can even hear the bass at some point. One black metal song with a cool bass hookline is Undarkened Wings out of Marduk's second album, Those of the Unlight. The bass is performed by Roger Swenson aka B-War. For a change, B-War behaved relatively well and didn't murder anyone. Marduk would go through several lineup changes over the years that would lead to bass player Joel Lindholm joining the band in 2020. Lindholm was fired in 2023 after a series of out-of-order antics, including getting completely drunk and making a Nazi salute during their performance at Incineration Fest in London. Black metal would evolve over the years, spawning a number of bands and subgenres, some of which have some interesting bass parts, like the melodic line of Ghost in the Fog by Cradle of Filth, performed by Robin Grace. But for the most part, the bass has a more basic function, and though some parts can be challenging to play, the early black metal scene is not a very bass-friendly genre. On top of that, many black metal bands never perform live, and in bands like Darkthrone, Emperor or Immortal, most musicians are multi-instrumentalists and bass duties are often swapped around among band members, so it's pretty much impossible to identify a musically relevant black metal bassist. The significance of black metal lies not in the prominence of the bass guitar, but rather in the creation of a haunting atmosphere and evocative soundscapes. Whether the bass is intentionally buried in the mix or absent altogether, what truly defines black metal are raw emotion, chilling melodies, and relentless intensity. This video was meant to bring you some stories about one of the most controversial and intense music scenes of our time. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram for more.